up, fam? This is Klowns Paranormal and Cryptid Investigations. Changed my name from Klowns Paranormal Adventures. This group passed that name don't suit anymore. Took a good interest in the cryptids. And still love the idea about investigating the paranormal. Uh, Here on a Saturday, fixing to start this show off. Uh, I'll be promoting other channels, playing videos from other channels, discussing cryptids, paranormal, day-to-day life, how everybody's doing. Hope everybody's having a good day. Well, give a big shout out to David Tier, the backyard UFOologist, David Vingman, lava lamp owner. Got to check his video out. He's got one. He's got a haunted lava lamp. Want to do a shout out to Real Cake Pup Adventures here on YouTube. See, there's Beyond the Veil. Of course, we got Holly's Lore, AK Explorations, All Things Paranormal Leslie. Of course, one of my big ones the channel I'm really loving on is Don't Forget the Venomous Fringe. Everything about cryptids. We'll give a shout out to the Big Deal. We also want to give a shout out to Gypsy Road. There's just so many. I try to do a shout out for everybody every day that I can. I bring up different names of people that's really caught my interest. If I don't call your name, please don't be offended. There's just so many to try to remember, and I'd end up doing a half-hour long show calling out other YouTube channels. I hope you forgive me. Hello, Creepy Castle. Hello there, K-Pup. Uh, right now we could call. Hello there, Night Core. How you doing? I hope y'all will pay attention to Real K-Pup Adventures, Creepy Castle, Fox Adventures. Hey, two of the newer channels are getting started up, but they show a lot of promise. And with that, let's get this show started. Doing good there, Nightcore. Glad to hear, Creepy. All right, let's get this wing ding started. Hello, Juanita. If y'all would, please hit that thumbs up. I'd rather get the thumb than the other finger, by God. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. All right, it's Clown's Paranormal Adventures. I'm up here with Alan and Rosie from Alan and Rosie's Adventures. We're at an undisclosed location in Alabama, deep in the piney woods. It is on. All righty. Hello there, K-Pup. Yeah, I'm going to see about doing something there Sunday. Thank you so much there, Night Core. Um, keep up. I'm trying to get myself geared back up here mentally to start back to investigating. I've lost Athena, and I'm still recovering. Um, I'm just trying to get my doings back in order to get back that frame of mind to go back to start going out again. That could be a real big step for me to go back to investigating and no Athena there. And I'm just gonna not talk about that anymore because I'm gonna get all upset and been out of shape. But anyway, how you doing, Tammy? Before I forget, I also want to give a shout out to Through the Veil. She's an awesome YouTuber. Got some really, really, really awesome, good videos. Hope y'all check her out too. Righty, let's get this party started. Glad you're doing all right there, Tammy. Let's see. Let me get this started out. Gotta get this bit shared out. There we go. That's shared out. Hey, we hanging in there, Tammy. Hanging in there. I believe I'm there tonight. I'm gonna put my damn cameras on the charge and I can go hit the woods there. See if I can get some good video. One of the big problems we're having right now is we're under a freaking lockdown. We're not supposed to be out on the road unless it's to the doctor or to the grocery store. How you doing, Ryan? Doing pretty good there, Ryan. Thank you. Hope your migraine's better. All righty. We I done. I really want to give a big shout out to Beyond the Veil there today. Done some talking with them, and they said it's okay if I sit there and share out their videos and help promote the channel. So we'll start out the show with one of Beyond the Veil's videos. Let's see. Yep, y'all can there. We should check out Beyond the Veil.
All you have to do is tap it.
You don't have to be scared of us. We're not going to hurt you. Oh my God, I have the goosebumps.
You ever play hide and go clap?
I don't like it in here, baby.
Okay, good line. Order on. All right, we are in the barn. Apparently some guy got hanged around here. I guess he was gonna go hunting for some slaves over in the Prospect Place mansion over there, and he was gonna rat him out. And so they hanged him on the third floor. I don't know if you can see that hole up there, Mom. The hole in the roof?
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yep.
I got the creeps in here.
I'm stepping.
All right. So hello there, Mr. Bounty Hunter. So what was so wrong about George Adams trying to help slaves?
Whispered like a yell or like a howling type sound.
Yeah, and it's
That's right over here.
there's the sound of bugs in the distance, and there's some tapping, I think, because it's raining, but other than that, there's no howling.
There's a howl or a yell.
Why don't you come down and say something to me, or yell from up there?
I just heard a whisper.
Come down here and talk to us.
What is that?
There's some kind of bug over here. I can hear it. It sounds like whistling, but I think it's some kind of bug. And I think that tapping is raindrops because it was sprinkling for a while. I'm feeling a little uneasy in here. It's pretty creepy in here. I can't fucking see anything. I know I'm in this huge open space and I can't fucking see anything. I keep feeling cold drafts on my arms. I'm just feeling a little chilly in here, I think. What's your name, Bounty Hunter? They only ever call you the Bounty Hunter. What's your first name? I swallowed.
I heard something.
It's that raindrops, I think. I thought I just heard a voice in my own ears.
I thought I did too.
Thanks for talking to us. I want to know more about you. I wanted to know why you were going to sell out George Adams.
Just heard another voice.
Appreciate you talking to us, man. Who hired you to come investigate this mansion? I just heard footsteps.
I did too. Is he moving?
Velcro, that's me.
I'm testing myself.
I'm moving around. I'm investigating, making sure there's no douchebags hiding in here. I'm looking. I keep hearing it over here. I'm walking around. Let me just look around here real quick. Make sure there's no assholes hiding. Plenty of spider webs, that's for sure. I keep walking through them. Walking. That was me breathing. Put my flashlight away, Velcro. How do you feel that we came to visit you? You feeling angry? I'm not gonna lie, Mama. I feel a little pissed off in here. Like I feel pissed at the guy, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Alright. Who was it that tied you up and hanged you? Was it George Adams himself? Was it his sons? The infrared light? Yeah. What's it like being trapped in this barn? I got the fucking goosebumps. I thought I just heard a voice with my own ears. Are you right around me? Tell you what. Why don't you give me some unmistakable proof that you're here with me? Why don't you bang on one of these pieces of wood around here nice and loud? You want me out? Scare me out. What the fuck was that? There was a flash of light behind you too.
Behind me?
Oh, it's headlights. I think. There's headlights. Walking.
Headlights like the house.
No, those headlights. See them moving? There's people driving out there. I'm walking, I'm moving. I'm walking, I'm moving. Right here, I'm right behind you. Yeah, those headlights, there's people driving out here. All right, Mr. Tough Guy Bounty Hunter. Me walking. There's some pretty solid pieces of wood right here. Use your fist and bang on one.
Oh, something just flew from the side of you that way. They're like, whoa. It was a good size.
I want a nice loud bang. If you're up there, come down here.
My heart just started pounding really hard.
Don't go by my wife. Come over here by me. I'm the one talking to you. what that was, but it was in the distance. I heard it. See, when the spirit box is off, I feel like I'm hearing footsteps. I'm hearing taps. I'm hearing voices. Okay. What was your father's name? You know, it's very creepy in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's extremely creepy in here. I scratched. That's in the distance. Maybe an airplane or something. I don't know what it was, but it was in the distance. That high-pitched sound.
Yeah, I can hear it. That's what it was.
That was in here. I'm feeling an energy around me all of a sudden. Like I'm feeling pressure in my ears, like something's pressing on them. Did you have brothers and sisters? How much money were you going to make off of this bounty? How much money were you going to get paid for finding these escaped slaves? Is it just me, or did it like literally just drop like 12 degrees?
It did. I was thinking it's going to feel colder out here.
It literally just dropped like 12 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
You're right next to us, aren't you? Oh man, I feel him. I feel someone.
He's scratching.
How did you find the slaves? Me moving. How'd you find them? Was it your mad bounty hunting skills? How many slaves are hiding in that house? It's fucking freezing right here.
It's definitely cold. That was a big thing.
Yeah, it was. It was right in here too. You consider yourself a good person? you have any children? Me moving. Did you intend to harm anyone in that house? And why? That was right next to me. I don't know if you heard that. It was right next to me. You standing right here? Was finding those slaves worth dying for? My right arm is freezing cold. You standing right here? That's a car. Do you have a beard? Or are you clean shaven? I just saw something move right here. What was the last thing you ate before they hanged you? Excuse me, that was me. That was my putting my hand in my pocket. What was the last thing you ate? That was my pants. Sorry. How long have we been recording?
28 minutes.
Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for making it known to us that you're here with us. That was my handprint in my pocket. How many people were standing around you when you were murdered? How many men watched you die? I'm just feeling cold right here, man.
It's very chilly out here.
No, I mean like my temperature is fluctuating. I feel normal, and then I get cold, and I feel normal, then I get cold. All right. Before we leave this barn and we turn all these things off, they can actually hear your voice. Is there a message that you want to send? Is there something that you want us to know, that you want anyone to know? You talking to these red lights. Any one of these red lights here, we can hear you. What is your message? What do you want us or anybody to know? If you're up there, yell it down. If you're next to me, yell it out.
All right, everybody. Come on out, JBD. Hell yeah, Rod. Say, by God. Oh. Hell yeah, unclean spirits and demons. I don't like demons either. Unless I got them on video. By God. Blazers, huh? Good one, Satan. Hey, hey, here's Satan. Oh, hail Satan. By God. Hey, I'm just joking. I ain't really on no evil side. I'm on the good side, but that was funny. So I'm on the funny side too, by God. All right, y'all. That was Beyond the Veil. Drop the link in the channel. Hope you'll go check out Beyond the Veil on YouTube. As I call them, they the king and queen of EVPs. Really, really nice husband and wife paranormal team. All right. And next up, we're gonna have something from All Things Paranormal Leslie. Really, really sweet lady. Ooh, she's really, really sweet. If you hadn't checked out All Things Paranormal Leslie, I highly recommend you do because if you haven't been, you've been missing out.
I'm Sean Greenwood, Public Relations Director of Energies. I saw an opening come.
The public director of that. All right.
Hi, welcome back to All Things Paranormal with your host, Leslie. Tonight, as my special guest, I have my sister, Sky. We are here at the infamous Myrtle's Plantation, where we're going to investigate all 13 deaths and as well as Chloe's. Now, my sister here, she knows a little bit more about the history and death than what I do, so she is going to take you on a tour. So first thing, we are actually standing in front of where the famous lawyer, William Winters, was supposedly shot and murdered on the other side of the house. They say that a horseman rode through, yelling his name, asking for the lawyer. You can actually walk, and I'll show you guys where supposedly he opened his front doors. As he heard them, he said, "Can I help you?"
And after that, the man said, "Are you William Winters?" The man says, "Yes, I am. Can I help you?" The man takes out his shotgun, points it at him, pulls the trigger, and takes off. Mr. William, still on this side of the house, crawls across to where his family, his wife and children, are in this part of the house that they actually added on later on after buying the building. Holding himself, trying to get his last breath to find his wife, could not make it. Ended up dying on the steps, right where his wife came and found him.
So these are the doors that were open when he actually got shot. When the horse was, riding along with the lawyer and said, "Are you William Winter?" He said, "Yes, I am. I need a lawyer," and shot him.
So this room is also said to be where Mr. Woodruff was having a meeting with some of his private business partners, and the infamous Chloe, who also was his secret slave, but was his love interest as well, was listening in on his conversation. He opened the door and he saw her. Well, this wasn't the first time that Chloe was listening in and got caught on his conversations. So this is where he ended up taking her ear and cutting it off, so she would no longer have that ear to listen to him.
So we're sitting in the rocket chairs in front of the caretaker's cottage. This is the cottage that we're actually going to spend the night in tonight and do the actual investigation. But beforehand, I'd like to sit here and talk to you with my sister about the story of the infamous Chloe.
Chloe was actually a slave here that Mr. Woodruff owned, but she was also his mistress.
Right, so let's begin with the story with Chloe. And after we left off at the point where she was eavesdropping, she had an ear cut off. And now she has her ear wrapped.
The turbine around her head that people still to this day say that they can see her wearing it. That's how you can distinguish Chloe from any of the other 13 ghosts. To them, he had to teach a lesson. So he took her outside in front of all his business partners, and he cut off her left ear. From then, the slaves that were far, far, far back, because the slave quarters were miles away at this point, so they had to come and help her. They wrapped her ear, and she was no longer allowed to be inside. Well, to be inside was a big privilege back then because it was hot. So she had to figure out a way to make herself be needed again in the house. So she decided, hey, we have all these oleander plants around here. She knows that if a horse eats one or two plants, or even one or two leaves, hey, their birthday's coming up, the kids love me, let me bake them a cake and just put a few leaves in there. Well, she didn't know if she grabbed a whole handful and she put them in a pot and she boiled them down. And she made that cake with them, with that water, with all of those leaves in there. And she served it to them that night.
And the two younger kids.
She cut that first slice, handed it to the birthday child, passed the rest out. As they ate that entire cake, they started to feel sick. Miss Woodruff went up to her room, and the kids were put to bed as well. The next morning, none of them were found alive. Mr. Woodruff came home and he was furious.
Out of panic, the slaves gave Chloe up because they were afraid that they were going to get punished or worse, even killed.
So she went and told them. She said, this is what I did, and he's coming home, and he's going to be furious. So the slaves acted out, and they took her miles and miles down the road to where the Mississippi actually flows. And they hung her on a tree and threw her body in the river. You're hot? Are you speaking of when you got kicked out of the house because you got your ear cut off? Chloe, did Woodruff force you into a relationship with him? Was Trevor your lover? Chloe, can you hear us? Chloe, this is the sign that we're here for you. Is this Woodrow? Who's punching on the floor? Maybe that's Chloe. That's the voice. Was Mr. Woodrow? Chloe. Chloe, is that you? Was Chloe hunted? That's the same voice. Chloe, were you hunted? Mad. Are you speaking about the slaves that were mad at you and they hunted you down? Bucket? Did they put you in a bucket before they hung you? Or they kicked the bucket? Yeah. That's Chloe's voice. It's the same voice. She said Woodrow too. She was speaking about that. Chloe, tell us a story. Now's your chance to tell us a story. You wanted to be told. Now it's time to tell us. We know it was an accident. What happened with the kids and Mrs. Woodrow. Chloe, is there anything you'd like to say about the accident that happened with the kids and the wife? I heard it. Ooh, an orb just flew in front of my camera. Yeah, I heard like someone was trying to come in, and right when I panned it around to the chair, I guess, and the orb tried to come through. So that's what happened to you? Did you die in this cabin before it was moved here? Hi. That was a very clear Class A hi, and it was a female voice. Can you knock on one of these doors for us, please? Do you have enough power to move the chair or move the door or knock? Can you do something to let us know you're here, please? We would feel more comfortable with a sign knowing that you are here with us. Should we go in front of the house? Will you talk to us if we go there? Are there any spirits by this gate? Where are you? I can see you through the veil. Come out of hiding.
Ask Adam.
Who's Adam?
That's the first time that I've 2 words. It says Ask Adam and they're close together. So that's the first time in all things paranormal history that happened. We like some kind of knock, noise, something's wrong. Who touched Sky on the back of her neck earlier? I'm not hearing any names. Give us a name.
Adam, who touched me on the back of my neck? You want me to ask Adam? I'm asking him.
It keeps saying Adam.
You talking about the same path where the doctor at? In the path where the doctor at?
Can you speak to us a little bit more clearly, please?
What are we supposed to be finding?
So we asked the spirit who scratched Sky on the back of her neck. And it says malevolent. So now we have our answer. Demon. The box said demon. Adam, are you a demon? I'm hearing noises behind me. That's common in the dark. Spirits, are you afraid to show yourself?
Are you buried in the rough sand? Okay, guys. So it just read to us carpet stain. And it just so happens William Winter, when he died on the stairs, there's carpet. And there was a carpet stain of his blood. It also told us it wanted to tell us about a date and a century ago.
Dr. Ross, straighten up, please. Dr. Ross, point to where the caretaker is at. Where is he?
He's standing at the gate since he's been saying gate all night. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get you a little updated on what's going on. So, Catherine actually came across our phone, and Catherine Sterling is actually the wife of Ruffin Sterling, who owned this house. Their daughter, who was the one who died. I asked her if she was the one who's sad, and she said maybe. Now she's saying pace.
She's pacing. And it's funny because I just saw her over there by the
Catherine,
fence.
are you pacing because you're...
I have a gift to where I can see ghosts.
Are you pacing because you can't rest? Catherine, do you want to see what happened to Katie? Is Katie still in the house with you?
She's saying no, she doesn't want to speak.
Is Katie still in the house? Is Katie roaming the property?
She's saying no.
Do you want to talk about roughing? Is your husband still in the house? Or he's in your house? If you don't want to speak with me, that's fine. Are there really 13 ghosts in this house, or are there more? Are any of the slaves that died from the well on this property still as well?
I could swear there's a green dot in the rocking chair on the right side and back that thing. I could have sworn I started out with green dots on there and now there's not. Could be wrong. Yeah, it feels like there's someone standing back there.
Hey, Xenon, I heard you like to play with toys. Do you like to play with toys? Toys, yeah. I have a ball here. You see it? I'm gonna set it down here, and if you touch it, real easily, it'll go off. You have to wait for it to go off. Can you touch that for me? Touch that for me, we'll know you're here. It's not gonna hurt you. You're not gonna break it.
You can play with this thing, or go ahead.
Is it too close to me here? I'll move it over here. That way you don't know me that well. How about I move it right here? You see those lights? I like it. It lights up different colors. You can't with the ball. You have to use all your energy and push that ball. I can hear you. Help? We need some help. We need help pushing the ball. I heard Dr. Finwood here. You see the name Wood, why? Oh, I heard Xenon coming through. You say her name was Julia? Julia. Is Julia here? Can you tell me something about this house?
And I'll do, consultation. Y'all later. Like to see me first?
Maybe you can tell me all who lives here?
At this moment, I feel someone is speaking with others, speaking.
You don't mind us being here, do you? You do? We just want to talk to you and be friends.
I'm gonna please find him again.
Can you tell me who owns this? This box? I did. I did. Can you give me your name? Who owns this? You
Where's that one?
What's going? I usually don't like asking, but is there anything evil to tell? Thank you. Do you see the lights here in front of us? If you walk over and look at them, we can see you. Turn odd. If you watch, I put my hand in front of it. We can see you if you move in front of that. Are you in here with us? Won't you come up here and talk to us? You tell me what year you lived in this house?
We almost get nothing. Our camera's blurred, and the dark mass appeared to watch us from the chair. Watch again.
Did you know this happened? Leon, are you here to play with us? I would really like to play.
I'm glad you could make it!
Do you see my ball over here?
You think I'm taking arms for them?
You want to sing for me? Or hum? Are any of those bones that Bob has are yours? What about me? You want me gone? I would like to visit with you for a little while. You would like me gone. I'm not gonna do anything bad. Can someone tell me about the closet? Yes, the closet. Can you tell me about it? Can you tell me real clear your name? Is Francis here? Hey, is Xenon? Xenon, did you tell me hey?
Do you like playing with midnight?
Midnight. Ball. You want me to bring the ball out so you can play with Midnight? Good. It'll be really, really interesting if I can see that. I've never seen that before. Can you turn that light on for me? One's for yes. You can use the battery and the light. Turn it on for me. Julia, can you turn that light on for me? Victim. Who was the victim? Are you standing in front of my light? In front of Yep. Flickering. I see you standing in front of me. You tell me who's standing there? Okay, we'll come back and talk to you here in a minute.
light on for me? The flashlight? Thank you. Can you turn it back on? Can you tell me who moved my light? You hide in the closet. You come from downstairs. Can you open that door for me? Who crossed in front of my light? You mean open this closet? Oh, I can't even turn my clothes. Come on, step in here a minute. You tell me you've been here? I can hear you. It's chilly here. I can feel it cold. You'll shut that door and shut me in here? I wouldn't mind. I have the Lord with me.
Just have water.
I got called a smelly Indian at the cemetery. I'll walk out here. I don't know if I'm gonna get in here or not. Nothing in here. too early for you to come out?
Hey, paranormal adoptee, be safe driving.
Who's standing here beside me? Night night, are you going to bed?
Hey, David.
Okay, guys.
You guys want a drink of water or Coke?
Oh, no.
Oh, look at the light came on.
At this moment, our voices echo through the house in speakers with no microphone. And oddly, the word of prayer begins playing in unison from the throne, not you.
Look, it just went off now.
It's going on now. All just recording. This. That is really weird. This is not a recorder. Speaker?
It's not supposed to do that.
No. It's never done that.
Remember I said bring batteries? People, equipment, they always say, never have to.
But they're big letters. Yeah. There's no microphone in this for my voice to be recording like that. No microphone. It's a speaker. Can you stop messing with this for me, please? I appreciate it.
Did you quit doing that?
Put a microphone on it. Nope. One that we wouldn't have a microphone in, but that would don't.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
What?
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom.
That's on my
Thy
phone.
will be
I
done.
have that downloaded in my phone.
Give us this day.
And my thing is on.
And forgive us our debts.
It's getting recorded everywhere.
And lead us not into
What is it doing? I don't know, but that's downloaded in my gallery.
power and the glory forever. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven,
Turn yours off.
hallowed be thy name.
Oh, Lord, you guys.
That wasn't supposed to do that either.
No, it wasn't supposed to do that either. Just started praying out of nowhere.
And the freaking thing was turned off and it's turned on.
Julia, it's okay for you to leave if you want to leave.
Good night, computer. Good night.
Thank you, Julia. Anybody else want to come up and tell me something? You draining all my batteries? I'm gonna go to the closet. You want me to sit in the closet? Hello? Still have the ball here before, you know, I'm gonna play with it. Want me to walk around a little bit? Are you standing behind me? You're standing behind me. I'm listening. Me. Behind me tonight. Can you tell me about yourself?
So y'all can see what I'm holding. Can someone tell me who this is? Did you scratch Bob? Who scratched Bob? We are picking up a presence in front of the camera. You want to come up here to me with this? Please don't. You don't like this? Did someone just say damn? Can you give me your name? Who scratched Bob? And you. There's somebody back here? Are you back here? Who's back here? Can you make that light go off right there? Yeah, just move your hand in front of it. I hear someone say they were hungry. We are in the kitchen. I'm hungry. Oh. There's another orb just like flew in front of my eyeball. Younger. What'd you say? What'd you say it sounded like? Younger or longer? Oh, okay. Longer, okay. Hello? There's somebody in the kitchen with us? I haven't seen you move a ball. Can you knock on the door?
Can you knock on something in here for me? You want me to go back in the closet again?
Like,
Who's in this closet? Okay. Hello, is everybody in this house? Who are you? I'm gonna sit here in this chair. Can you turn that flashlight on for me over there? I'm just sitting and listening to you see if you can tell me anything. Hey guys, I'm gonna turn the voice box off. Don't seem like you want to talk to me too much. There's a repeat of something. You want to tell me goodbye? Okay guys, I'm gonna close out this session and you go back where you were at.
yeah.
Okay, good night, thank you.
Ooh. Come on, I gotta catch you, evil. Bang on. All right, everybody just tuning in. That was Through the Veil. Hey, she got a pretty good dang channel there. Hope you'll check them out. All Things Paranormal Leslie, Beyond the Veil, Holly's Lore, and let's don't forget the Venomous Fringe. I'm fixing to play something from them coming up next. Venomous Fringe rules. They got all kind of good stuff on cryptids. They don't go at it to prove a cryptid. They'll go at it to disprove a cryptid if they think that warrants it too. The Venomous Fringe is fair and unbiased when it comes to cryptid investigations. I'm hoping that Ron Trombley, his migraine will go away. He's been under the weather. They send a prayer out to Ron Trombley for his health. They send out a prayer there to Shaggy Star Survival. He's pretty good little feller too there. And I'm fixing to start up Venomous Fringe now, and after that I'm gonna do one from Holly's Lore. Whoa. I'm having trouble getting through to the Venomous Fringe channel. I'm getting some lag here or something. Let's try it this way then. There we go. I got it through. Let's see. Today's the 11th. Okay, at 8 o'clock, I fix to be signing out to go to the Venomous Fringe premiere. Venomous Fringe has a premiere 8 o'clock there tonight, so I'll be going there checking them out. They got a good channel there. I'm not going to miss the premiere, but come back afterwards after the premiere's over with. All righty.
You bank with us.
Thank you again.
Can't wait to be a customer when you open.
There we go. Now, I know a lot of time I'm playing stuff about the Dog Man from Venomous Fringe, and people's like, Clown, what's a Dog Man? And then finally, like, well, we know what a Dog Man is. We hear about him a lot. So in case you want to hear something a little different, tonight we're going to do the Sheep Squatch of West Virginia. That's from the Venomous Fringe. I'm going to drop a link in the channel. Let's check out the Venomous Fringe channel, please. And let's see. Let's start up the show.
We live in a very mysterious world, one that's filled with mystery, and we cannot explain certain things. My name is Chris French, and I'm a cryptozoologist and paranormal researcher. In tonight's show, we focus on the unknown. Come join me as we discuss the mystery of our world. And you're listening to the Venomous Fringe. Prepare yourselves as we dive into the madness of the mystery of our world.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Venomous Fringe. Tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the Sheep Squatch of Little West Virginia, and this is going to be a short episode tonight. It's a pretty
short array of encounters and a bit of an explanation, because there's a bit of a conspiracy behind the sheep squatch encounters and even just in general the cryptid. And a lot of it is alluding to the fact that there's very relatively zero evidence in a sense, as well as also too, when it comes to investigations, there's a little bit of a lack of evidence in that as well. There only appears to be just submitted encounters of people who've seen what appears to be an upright and quadruped cryptid that looks and has the skin and fur of a sheep, as well as also having the mannerisms and aggression of a giant creature such as a Sasquatch or a dog man. And the term sheep squatch is a pretty big term. I know a lot of people are a little on the fence with it. Some people think that it's not necessarily a Sasquatch, in which many I believe in, as well as too I believe isn't a Sasquatch. The more I did research on this cryptid, the more I began to kind of dwell on the possibility of an existence of it. I'm not trying to go ahead and disarm it as a cryptid that doesn't exist. Wouldn't make sense for me talking about it. I'm simply bringing it to light to get what you guys also believe what it could be. Now, I'm going to read you guys a brief overview on the sheep squatch, and then we're just going to snap right into the encounters, and then explanations and, of course, possibilities on what it could be. Sheep squatch, also known as the white thing, is a woolly-haired cryptid reported across numerous counties in West Virginia. Predominantly within the southwestern region of the state, the counties with the most sightings are in Boone, Putnam, and Mason, with a surge taking place in between Boone County in the mid-90s. Described as being a quadruped about the size of a bear with entirely white wool-like fur, has a long pointed head similar to that of a dog, but with a long saber-like teeth, and a single hind set of horns, not dissimilar for those beyond a young goat. Its forelimbs end in a pole-like hand similar to those of a raccoon but larger, and while its tail is long and hairless like that of a possum, it's been reputed to smell like sulfur, which has been attributed through the folklore of the beast being born within the TNT area in Mason County, like that of the Mothman theory. What is this mysterious sheep squatch creature? Tonight's show, I'm going to be presenting several encounters and a brief explanation and possibility of what this creature could be. So I find the sheep squatch cryptid, as I mentioned, to be that of a mystery and skeptic. And personally, I will explain later why I think that, but for right now, I want everyone to kind of take an idea on what the sheep squatch could possibly be. You have a cryptid here that is a possible quadruped that could run on all fours, walk on all fours, have the mannerisms possibly of a bear, and have a source of aggression. Could people mistaken this for a bear? Absolutely. There's a sketch I'm showing you now of what could be a good example of that possum-like look, presence, as well as also in the sense of what it could look like. And you do have something of mystery here, and something that truly does stand out. And for the sheep squatch cryptid, I always like to focus on cryptids that, and like any other cryptid, analyze and have a direct understanding of. And for the sheep squatch, it's pretty crazy to think this, because there's very little discussion on it. There's very little evidence. I don't even think there's evidence at all that showcases this creature. As a matter of fact, when I was doing my research, there was no evidence whatsoever that was posted online or just in general anything. And I have a feeling that it's not a relatively huge cryptid, which it isn't, but I think in terms of investigations wise, because in West Virginia, we know that the most prominent cryptid is in Point Pleasant, the Mothman. That phenomenon was huge from the 60s on and still to this day. And as I recalled, even in my Mothman episode, you have all this pop culture. And the sheep squatch, despite the fact that it's not a relatively big cryptid in that state, it did make an appearance in a video game. and it has reached pop culture in some way, which fascinates me at the same time because of the fact that there's just very little information on this cryptid. Now, in the description, there was mention about how it has like a canine-like shaped head, which instantly reminded me of the Dogman because of how the pointed head, the dog head. But even though that it doesn't specifically say that, I'm saying it in a context of the fact that it does look like it's shaped as a dog, as mentioned. And I will talk about it later, but I will say this, that it might also be a dogman that we're talking about here. But we'll look at some of these reports tonight, in which we're going to get into now, and we will see what we're diving into here. These first reports come from the 90s. These were reports that were actually first mentioned by people. And while these reports have very little backstory and credibility to them, they do possess something that does truly make a whole lot of sense vividly. In a case where cryptids and exploration of the unknown is so prominent, you have reports of people who see things that you can't explain. And in this case, with the Sheep's Watch, we have a mixture of theory. We have a mixture of encounters here where people, when they are seeing this thing reportedly, it has cases of aggression and cases of where this creature shows off an intimidating presence that there is a break where you cannot get good evidence or in a case want to investigate. But then you can also argue that that's like any other cryptid. I mean, that's people who go out into the field to research dogmen. Those are people who research Bigfoot. And I guess what I'm getting at is the fact that for, like I said earlier, if a cryptid that pretty much so doesn't have a lot of relatively notoriety in it, or one that just doesn't seem too on point, could lead to a possible belief that it might be just a different variation of something else. I just personally feel the sheep squatch, in a sense, is being named that and cited as is, but it could just be a different thing you want to call, and go from there. The first encounter that occurred came in 1994. A former Navy seaman had stated that witnessing this beast breaking through the forest line, ingesting that a mound of shroom caps he found on the forest floor. The white thing was breached and the brush line and knelt to drink from a creek. And here it drank for a few minutes before crossing the creek and continuing on toward the nearby road. The witness had stated that they had observed the animal for a while before it moved on into the surrounding bush. And within the same year, the two children observed a creature while playing in their yard with Boone County. What they reported, having observed like a large white bear, and yet in this case stood up on its hind legs, making it over 6 feet tall, and presumably it did so in a manner similar to bears trying to observe as opposed to walking bipedally. Startled by the children, the beast had ran off through the forest, breaking medium-sized limbs off trees in its path. So you have two reports here. There's no necessary link of when each report was cited within that year, but that's beside the point. The point is that you have two reports, the first one coming from a former seaman over in the Navy, and this individual had encountered a creature while going for a walk in the forest around the Boone County park. And this individual happens to catch this creature feeding off of some shroom caps, as well as also knelt in on the local forest creek to grab some water. So you already have activities here this character displays of behavior of that attributed to Sasquatch, whether they were picking berries or sipping water from a creek. In this case, this creature's doing the exact same thing. So it's inhabiting itself like a normal wild animal would. And then, of course, at the same time, it's knowing, I believe, that this individual was present. It just chose not to do anything. This is probably the easiest. These two encounters here. These are probably the two easiest encounters of the evening, where there's no sight of aggression. There's no sight of fierce and terrible fear implemented into this. The next cases will be. But basically, this eyewitness, this Navy seaman, had encountered this creature, and it reminds me of the very first few times, you look into this case, right, and you see the whole holy grail of things with cryptids. You get everything. You get a sighting on the road. You get a sighting with them in creeks. You get a sighting with them feeding. In this one, in this case, it does look like something of common interest, and really, it is creepy. It truly is. That same year, of course, the creature had also was seen by children. This time around, it looked like the creature was frightened by these kids or startled. And reportedly, it ran off into the bush, which makes perfect sense. I don't think cryptids can make a lot of noise, right? But I don't think some of them, a majority of the time, are trying not to be sighted. And I know this can be disagreed upon, but wherever this creature was, this creature in Boone County, depending on the neighborhood, depending on the location, or depending on how residential it was too, you have a case where people are seeing it and it's children. And these children don't know what it is. If anything, these children have the slightest clue what a sheepswatch or this creature is. Their mindsets aren't planted upon fantasy just yet. But then again, we don't know the age of these kids, but also too, beside the point, again, what I'm getting at is the fact that this creature was analyzing these kids for whatever reason. Could this creature perhaps maybe saw that the kids were innocent, didn't have a necessary value to them that would have been intimidating, and a sense of morality this creature could have possessed? Maybe I'm thinking outside the box here, but let's just think about it in a case where a creature such as a sheepswatch that has a brilliant intelligence, one that is enhanced more than the average zoological animal. So let's just say this creature, like any Bigfoot or Dogman, has a personality. And in this personality, it decides to go ahead and have a sense of morality in it where it has a reason to take a look at somebody. Maybe these cryptids don't like people who have negative vibes to them, or maybe these cryptids are just much like the typical animal, have predatory instincts in them that, of course, proceed to do whatever they choose to do, whether it's to scare somebody, chase someone off, or try to attack them. We don't know, but I just found that to be quite odd. But then again, the next couple stories, they do involve young age groups, so let's see what these pull across upon in this next few cases here involving the infamous sheepswatch. In 1995, reports indicated of a creature that was spotted a year later involving a car. A couple was driving through Boone County and observed a large white beast sitting on the ditch alongside the roadway. As many curious passers-by might do in such a situation, they stopped their car to get a better look at it. They came across described the creature again as mostly similar to earlier descriptions, yet they added that the creature had 4 eyes, in stark contrast to the last sighting where the sheepswatch had fled the scene. The creature leaped out of the ditch and started to attack the car. Frightened by the attack, the couple drove off quickly, and once they arrived back at home, they had noticed large scratches on the side where the beast had been attacked. So, another interesting case here, one that is a total turnaround, as mentioned, in reference to what this creature did. We always hear the reports of people who encounter Batswatches or Sasquatch or Dogmen, and there's always an interest in these creatures. People stop their cars. They want to take a look at what they're looking at. We hear in the case of Dogmen that encounters feel like they are about almost 3 or 4 minutes, but it's like a second or two or a minute. And some say that it has something to do with psychosis of our mindsets in contrast of what we're looking at, because our minds are so blown away by this mysterious unknown animal. And I think that's kind of any cryptid, any zoological animal, a bear, a mountain lion, because some people are in shock when they see bear. They get a better look at them. When people stop their cars and stuff, especially when there's deer crossing or bear crossing, there's always a sense of stopping your vehicle and you're drawn by fascination by it. and also shock because anything could have happened, especially if a deer may have hit your car. In this case, this couple's analyzing what could be the sheep squatching, and of course, it's a very timid scene because you have people here who aren't curious or have the slightest clue what it is, and this creature just approaches the car in a sense and just almost destroys it. It attacks the car, which was seen to be quite obvious, and as a result, it almost completes that mission. And it could have been something tedious. It could have been something very chaotic. It could have been anything, like your typical dog-man Sasquatch attack on a car. But the most interesting thing about this was that they had mentioned that the creature had 4 eyes. Now, I want to talk about the whole conspiracy behind that Mason County mutation towards the end of the show when we do our explanations, but I find it kind of odd that a cryptid with 4 eyes, so almost as if it had eyes on the side and eyes directly, like as if a normal animal would have, as I said. So something of interest right there, and I found that to be quite interesting. Let's transition on now and go into 1999. 1999 was a great year for the sheep squatch encounter because this next one comes from a bunch of campers who were in the forest one night. The story goes is that several campers were in the forest that night in Boone County around a bonfire. They had heard an animal snorting and scuffling in the campgrounds in a manner similar to an aggravated bear, and even though it did not come into the light of the campfire immediately, all of a sudden, the sheep watched suddenly charge out of the darkness at the campers, and reacting quickly, they jumped up and ran back into their house, all while being pursued by the sheep squatch. The white thing stopped at the edge of the forest, and when they crossed it, it let out a terrible scream. It then turned around and headed back into the woods. The following morning, the campers had returned to their campsite and the trail home, finding it to be torn up. They referred to it as, and I quote, like something had tiled it up for gardening. So I find when campsites or what appears to be cases of a creature in a disarray of rage aggressively attacking somebody, some can argue it's predatory instincts, that this creature may have just been pretty annoyed and maybe it had an incident with it or something in general that may have been toxic or just something that didn't really make a lot of sense in a way. And then as a result, it was a frustration and it had attacked and came after whomever these campers were. That's probably the easy way of going about it. But I think the more scientific way is that these creatures, of course, display personalities that are good, personalities that are bad. Every creature has a difference in personality. What I'm getting at is the fact that this creature had analyzed these 2 individuals for quite some time, and it didn't bother to impact or charge until the very last second when it appeared that these kids or whomever were at a comfortable spot in the midst of their bonfire. Now, they had heard noises beforehand, which definitely gave away this creature's cover, but easily could have been substituted and been reminded of looking like a bear, or in the case being a bear noise. So that was a pretty cool case. And I use the word cool uselessly because of the fact that it is a very interesting case of somebody who had encountered something and easily made a heavy charge towards their campsite. So it was a pretty interesting encounter, but I want to transition now into the last one that occurred in 2015. This one occurred in Folks Run, Virginia, and this was about 16 years after the other encounter. In Folks Run, Virginia, the beast was spotted once more in the forest of Appalachia. The creature was spotted close to midnight by 6 campers spending the night in the dense woods. The beast was reportedly 8 to 9 feet tall with a shoulder length of 4 to 5 feet. One of the campers had first seen the beast at the top of the nearby hill in a crouched position. Then it stood up and it alerted the other campers. And then it started running down the steep hill toward the campers, but they were separated by the river that was flowing in. They looked in floor as it had searched for a way to cross, and with no other option, began to wade through the river. It finally came out of the water, and the campers reported that it appeared to look like a bipedal dog in the chest, with its wet fur from the river crossing. A loud gut-based screech was heard next, about 2 miles off from where they were. The sheep's watch looked up in shock, just high enough to see the moonlight in its face, and the campers looked on in fear as it let out a pathetic whimper, and then in a sprint ran in the opposite direction of the noise. The campers quickly packed and left, and then reported it to locals, fearing authorities were informed it may be ridiculed. There's been no other discussion and mystery of the campers and whom they were, as of March of 2016. This brief case involving several parties here, you have 6 campers, and there's a creature in Appalachia being spotted, and this creature is on the opposite side at first. It's crouched on a hill, so it's analyzing these guys. And then next thing you know, it starts to steep down the hill, charging down it. And it's literally, as of course, one of the campers saying, it literally ran down the steep of the hill with a fast, aggressive speed, one that truly stands out and has something very mysterious to it. And personally, you know, it's something that really has a bit of a bluff force to it, you know, and one that has always kind of made me wonder in cases of cryptids, like what is it about those bluff charges, or those magic attacks in a sense, ones that have the ability to go about and just do something that strange. So while it's finding a way to get through the other side, these campers are all the way on the other side, and they, of course, they're at a different portion of the land at this point. They're in a far-post position, but they're watching this thing. Then there's another noise not too far from them. This creature, of course, hears it and transitions to the other side, which makes me wonder were there more than just one when these individuals they left. They had told locals, of course, so there's definitely people in the area, but locals were most likely informed about this thing, and they know about it. It sounds like if the locals were able to say it and the people just ran off and said nothing about it to the authorities due to ridicule, it makes perfect sense. Who would want to go about and fear for their lives on that thing? But of course, in many of the cases we've discussed here, well, the few that we went about, there is one mystery that does remain, and that is, of course, what is this mysterious sheepsquatch-like creature? There's so much you can go about with it, and there's so much that you can discuss with it, and there's a thing here too that really you don't know for sure. And I think in all of the 5 reports that we discussed, I think the ones that stood out to me the most were the ones involving the campers in the woods with the bonfire, because this creature, despite the fact making noises, was able to come out and emerge into this wood line and almost could have easily attacked any of these young individuals. And the same goes for the folk in 2015. I mean, these guys, of course, were in camping in the woods, and this thing was not too far from them. If they were able to get a good eye on how tall this thing was, they definitely were not too far from it. And the shoulder length of 4 to 5 feet, that says a lot. This thing can easily pick you up and twist you like a pretzel, no doubt. So I want to get into explanation and origin, because I think there's a lot of unknown mystery, or something that to this creature doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me in a way, and I want to get your guys' opinion on it. When described, some have questioned it as the white thing. The white things, the white devils, or the devil dogs, or most notably the sheep's watch, which appear on that infamous show Mountain Monsters, amongst the most historically of the infamous cryptids in West Virginia. Almost all white things are described to have dog-like features, but in different accounts, some are hominid creatures like Bigfoot, demons, or even prehistoric cats. In the overview to White Things of West Virginia's Weird White Monsters, Rosemary Ellen Bewleys goes on to say, and I quote, "White creatures are well known to the mountain folk of West Virginia. Like black mystery dogs, they roam isolated in wooded areas. They appear in various shapes, and possibly large dog and a lion, and it was a stark white with long shaggy hair. White things are described also as resembling wolves, bears, cows, and even huge badgers. They are covered with long, shaggy, show white or dirty white hair. They often have immense jaws and fangs. They move at lightning speed and sometimes on 2 legs rather than 4. Sometimes they seem to have too many legs. Their chilling screams sound like a woman being raped or murdered. And whatever they are bloodthirsty and they attack without provocation. The attacks are so real that people actually feel the beast's fangs tearing into their flesh. But when the attack is over, they are shocked to find not a mark on their body. However, the beast rip up animals in the fashion of a werewolf, tearing out their throats and mutilating their bodies and leaving the corpses bloodless and without a trace of blood. Around, like all mysterious creatures, there are variations, and descriptions of white things and even labels. Some of the white mystery beings are called the white devils, for they have red eyes and long, sharp claws, and are able to walk and run upright. Some of these beasts have a connection to cemeteries, not an aversion, and thus are death omen creatures. So, to discuss the whole gist of the white things, and the white things, the white devils or devil dogs, being these infamous mountain folk creatures. These folklore creatures, possibly demons, have the ability to manifest and shapeshift and turn into things that one can even imagine. A lot of people believe, though, for those in the West Virginia race, that the sheep squash is actually that it's this creature, this white thing proclaimed, something mysterious, something out of the blue, something that has a strong mystery to it, but rather influential. As many of the mysterious cases of creatures, there's always that sound of the screaming, as if they were being raped or murdered. You also have cases where people in all mystery, the variations of descriptions declared as devils, sharp claws, red eyes, very similar to the descriptions of the sheep squatch. Could the sheep squatch be a descendant of the white things? And of course, what they are, this mysterious clan of bloodthirsty creatures. A lot of the description of the sheep squatch and encounters seem to evoke some sort of mannerisms and aggression to these white things. And the folklore of West Virginia, it goes on. But to discuss a little bit more about it, July of '73 in the TNT area of Point Pleasant, the epicenter of the Mothman sightings in '66, as we know, this creature, however, looked nothing like the original Mothman. And as we all went on to say, in '94, the witness described the thing as mostly white, no wings, and with thick, shaggy hair. No face was seen, but the head was about 3 feet wide. The creature appeared suddenly alongside the car and floated through the air, following them for a few moments at about 65 miles an hour. A truly scary thought to think about that. And then we go into even the Cherokee mythology. In the Cherokee lore, the sudden appearance of a white wolf heralds a magic premature death, and over time the white wolf became a white dog in the Appalachian lore. The dog is a large and powerful in build, a handsome creature despite that the hair is somewhat matted and unkempt. The dog shows up in roads, follows people home, and sits at a distance from dwellings as though waiting for somebody. The white dog does indeed wait, and not for a friend or a lost owner, but for a death. It is always seen by the person who is about to die, and sometimes by others who are close to the person. The dog is invisible to others, and once the white dog appears, the person is marked for death and dies tragically within a few days or 2 weeks. So it's crazy to think in a supernatural sense that in Cherokee mythology, or not in supernatural, but native sense, that the creature is an omen. The sheep squatch could be that of an omen, but at the same time, the Mothman was reported to be an omen. Those are two different creatures, of course, but the point is that if this creature appears to be an omen or a doomsday, angel of death or something. That if people who see this thing are cursed and that they will, of course, die, whether a few days later or, of course, a couple, you have something here that you don't really know too much about, and it's a mystery. Why would one want to, of course, after all, see something like that so mysterious the way it is? That's a very big mystery to me, and one that I do not necessarily have the answer to. But in Cherokee mythology, if this is, of course, the working attempts of a white dog, could that be the sheep squatch? There was no revelation of who the hikers were in 2016, or at least in that point of the first sighting in 2015 in Folks Room, Virginia. Could that have been that of the devil dog or the sheep squatch of the quadruped on all fours? Could it have been there to sign their death certificates? I have no clue, and I don't personally think so, but possibly, in a say. A very interesting case, but one of which has just truly stood out. But at the same time, who's to say for sure? So, in contrast to it being a devil dog or just a white thing, there is the whole belief that this could just be, in fact, an aggressive Sasquatch that dons a sheep-like cloak, almost like trophies in a sense, wears the clothing of a sheep, and dons that atmosphere. Some have argued that with Dogman as well. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think a Sasquatch can very well so do that, but wouldn't it just be a source of a negative scent, a Sasquatch carrying the fur of somebody like that? Does that make sense to some? But if not, I mean, it could just be from my own analysis, I'm seeing it in a wrong sense. But the intensity of this is that, despite the fact that, you have such a heavy balance of what we're looking at here. You're looking at a creature that does display mannerisms and, of course, negativity. You have people who claim to think that this thing it has a dog-like shaped head, very similar to Dogman. We've seen reports multiple times of cryptids that do resemble Dogman, and we have no explainable mystery behind it, but they do look like them. Why? That's a good question. It's one that I've myself wondered myself. But of course, at the same time, we don't know for sure. I will say this, though, for what these sheep swatching reports are, they are one of interest, and they're one that's really just fascinated me truly. And for what it could be a descendant of something we don't know. But what we do know is that there is something that could possibly be lurking in West Virginia besides the Mothman and UFOs and ghosts. Now, I'm going to be honest with everybody. That's the easy way of saying it. But is there something there? I don't know. And personally, if there is something like that there, I have a few questions, and maybe perhaps you all might think the same way I think of it. For a creature that's a sheep squatch or something that resembles that, why isn't there any research or investigation going out there that can say that this is a sheep squatch, it exists? Let's see if we can catch something. I don't think there's nobody catching topic or wind of going out and investigating this creature. And I think because of the lack of investigation, we don't really know too much on this creature. Unfortunately, that does kind of play a tide within research, because now that creature could easily be something we don't know. But at the same time, how do we know that a lot of these reports aren't just another animal or another variation of a creature, and it just looks like something that does resemble a sheep squatch? And for all we know, it could just be somebody in general wearing a sheep clothing, and could be a wild man. I mean, that's probably the least of the answers, but what I'm getting at too is the fact that it could just be a Sasquatch or a dog pen wrapped up in trophy clothing or whatever, or just more importantly, something of genetic mutation. I mean, the TNT area, there was a big belief that the creature was an escaped sheep that mutated within the toxic waste, created this intelligence with it, made it a smart enough monster to go ahead and be conceived to be something just so brutal and violent. I mean, I don't know how true that is. I don't know necessarily how accurate that could be, but it is a very interesting take nonetheless, and I find that report of the sheep squatch, they are cool, and they're very interesting, but unfortunately, though, I just don't see enough in the records right now to where I would call it something of interest. But I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. What do you guys think of those encounters, and of course, what it could be? Is the sheep squatch some sort of sheep, half man, half Sasquatch hybrid? Or is it just something of a different variation of a creature, such as a dog man or a Sasquatch or so on? We don't know for sure, and we probably won't, but let me know what you guys think down below. Your comments are always well valued, and I check them every time. So, we're going to do some closing arguments before we go ahead with the show and close up. My conclusion, I believe that the sheep squatch is something. What it is, I don't necessarily know, but it is of interest, and it's something that sparked my attention as well as probably a lot of you guys. And whatever it could be, it definitely does feature characteristics of that, of some sort of high intelligence animal, one of aggression. I think what needs to be done is that if many people out there want to know more about it and we want to investigate more, I think we should set up some investigation camps or some teams that can go out into rural areas like Boone County, Rowan Elks, and of course Mason County, West Virginia, to go ahead and investigate. I'm not from West Virginia, but what I do know is that there is an array of land, and there are certain rules and establishments throughout those properties, and maybe we could find something. But if you are a West Virginia resident and would like to get a research team going and are interested and perhaps maybe would like to be a part of something, then maybe that will be the opening. But I always recommend those who want to go out and investigate to have some sort of experience, and in which, if you guys would like to know some things or two about research, always feel free to ask me or, if in general, others. Now, I want to conclude the show, but I want to conclude it with a few things I'd like to say. I'd like to thank the Fringeaholics, you guys, the people watching my show right now, for tuning in to this broadcast. It's a bit of a sleeper show tonight. I think the lack of discussion and evidence on this creature is a big reason why it's not really discussed as much. And even though that this is one of the smaller episodes we're doing on the show, I always feel it's appropriate to just go ahead and explore and take a good look at, because this is something of interest, and it's always appropriate to take a look at other creatures out there in our world. So thank you all for tuning in to tonight's show. If you would like to get in contact with me, you can reach me at thevenomousfringe@gmail.com. And the screen right now, you can see the text. Feel free to pause the video. If you'd like to submit your encounter, if you would like to give me your feedback or submit evidence, or just in general, a request or whatever, that's the email you can reach me at. We have two Facebook groups. The group you're seeing right now is the official Dogman group. This is a group dedicated to Dogman and Dogman only. Sasquatch and other cryptids and paranormal can be interpreted into this group as long as Dogman is the center topic. This is a group dedicated to, of course, small and non-other cryptid-related talk besides Dogman. The next group is the Venomous Fringe official group. This group is a group dedicated to not just cryptids, but also paranormal. And this is a group I want to have grow, folks. And if you guys can help me out with this group, I'm not asking for much here. And folks, I'm serious when I say this. I'm not asking for much. If you guys would like to enhance your experiences and, of course, get to know me and what I practice and study, feel free to join these groups. And folks, when I say it, please do, because these groups are private groups. No one on your friends list will take a look at whatever you're posting in these groups, and it's private. So please, and I don't mean this in any hesitation, take a look into these groups. I think you guys would enjoy them, and most importantly, I think it'd be something for all of those out there who have a great interest in that, in cryptozoology and paranormal research. And with that being said, we're going to conclude the show tonight. I want to thank you all for tuning in to tonight's episode. And with that being said, my name is Chris Fringe. We will see you next week with more Venomous Fringe content. And keep your eyes and ears peeled, because we've got some pretty interesting things along the way. But with that being said, folks, you all have a fantastic evening and take care.
All right, everybody. Oh, hope you're having a good Saturday.
We
My
hear it over
God.
and over from investors. I wish I had bought Amazon or Netflix when they were first recommended by the Motley Fool. I'd be sitting on a gold mine.
I hope everybody having a good night. Oh, how you doing, Argilla? Cake sounds good, Allie. Yeah, clean out your hole, JB. Oh, sticky fingers in it. My God. Ha ha. Uh-oh. Hey. Oh, how you doing, Argilla? Oh, yeah, I'll start up another here just in a second. Getting everything lined back up. Hey, my God, my God. Oh, hey. Oh, how you doing there, Argilla? Doing good here. Hey, want to give a big shout out there to Big Cole. Cole out there on the road running an 18-wheeler, delivering supplies for people. Want to really let everybody know you ought to thank the truckers because all this time's going on with that corona. They still out there on the road delivering much needed medical supplies, groceries. If it wasn't for the truckers, we'd be up the proverbial creek without the paddle. By God. So to all you truckers out there everywhere, want to say thank you. Emergency responders, uh, definitely want to give a thanks. Ooh, doctors, nurses, police officers, EMTs, paramedics, medevac pilots, bring people in times of need to a hospital. Oh, you guys are the heroes. And it all start with the truckers, because if it wasn't for the truckers bringing our stuff in, bro, we'd be up the creek. Y'all be safe out there. Hope your families are doing well. Thank you there, Argilla. And I also want to give a big shout out there to David Vingman, him and his haunted lava lamp. Welcome back, Fleming Werfer. Ooh. Now time again. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, they get that pumpkin spice there, JB. By God. How you doing there, Gotan? Gotan, you are appreciated here on the channel. Don't know where you at there, Ali G, but we miss you. Come on back. Paranormal adoptee. We hope you come back soon. There's David Vingman's link right there in the channel there. You come by and check out David's channel. David's got some awesome content. He's a really good guy. Beyond the Veil, Holly's Lore, all things paranormal, Leslie. Appreciate y'all so much. Yeah. How you doing there, Adventures with Carl? Ooh. Ooh. Glad you're doing all right there, Gotan. There we go. That's it, Fleming Werfer. And for all you, before I forget it, I want to Let everybody know the first time around. Hey, through the veil has mods. Congratulations on your mods there through the veil. Through the veil, you want to drop your channel link down there in the page there where people know to check out your channel. Please do so. You got mods, use them. Drop your links. Hey, that way we can all grow and be strong. Hey, maybe even eat some peanut butter. Ooh, or spinach. By God. What happened, Tony Source Rex? Tony, feel free to drop your link there in the channel, please. You got mods, use them. Drop your link in the channel. People can follow your channel, can grow. Hope everybody hit that like and share button. If you've been enjoying the content and hadn't hit that subscribe button for me yet, please hit the like, the share, the subscribe button, and ring that bell, please. Sounds good, Tony. And want to give a big thank you there and appreciation to all our servicemen that's overseas. Hey, some of them there making that ultimate sacrifice for the rest of us can sit around here and enjoy freedom and hey, be mad that we don't get our packages in the mail quick enough because of the virus and be wondering how do we get the damn bills on time. It's a crazy world. And with that being said, it's time to break out something new there. Oh, old King Cole. There we go. Yep. Now we're gonna play something from Holly's Lore. If y'all would, please check out Holly's Lore. Awesome channel. Her and Eric are just out of this world nice. You can't find somebody nicer than Holly's Lore with a GPS and a damn tracking dog. By God. Ooh. All righty. Let's see what we can stir up there with Holly tonight. There we go. These look good. Whoop. All righty. Let's see. StreamYard to share. I'm going to be dropping Holly's Lore link in the channel here momentarily. Please go check out Holly's Lore's channel. They got the subs. They need the time in. Their viewing hours where they can get monetized. Help them, help us with some good, put out some good content.
Hi guys, I wanted to show you guys this footage from the weekend. It's not much of a video because I only have the first 35 seconds and then the last 5 minutes or so. For some reason, the camera shut off. The first 35 seconds is kind of crappy. You can't hear nothing. You can't really see anything. But I had some pictures, so I guess something is going on there possibly. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's go.
Respect. We're just trying to get proof of the afterlife. Alright, sorry guys, their camera shut off. It was really weird because it got like a presence right here, and then Eric turned around and there was a fog. And they... Did you guys turn off our camera? Can you tell me your name, please?
While we are here, to all the soldiers that are buried here, we want to thank you for your sacrifice.
Yes, thank you very much for all your sacrifices. I want to thank the Reverend for restoring this beautiful church. You guys are lucky. You had your church restored. There's a lot that have not been.
And this is a beautiful church.
And well taken care of grounds. Are you? Can you tell me your name? Can we tell? Get away. Okay, we will leave you in peace. Thank you for speaking with us for a few minutes. And again, thank you for your service, soldiers. And thank you, Reverend. Do not follow us home. You are to remain here. Good night. Good night. I think we're gonna leave these people in peace. There's something going on here because I felt something like my picture camera caught something.
Yeah, I think when the weather warms up, we will be back to this one.
I can't feel my fingers now.
Like I said, we don't mean any disrespect to the people that are buried here.
We just wanted to get proof that you do exist and to hear your story. What is down there? Move.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. It would be great if you turn the lights on just real quick. Flicker them. That would be great. Water's not frozen. Right.
It's moving. Got ice around the edges.
I think next time I'll wear my gloves.
Once again, this is a very beautiful church.
I just
Yeah.
I didn't feel unsafe.
Yeah, it's not an uneasy feeling, but
they just want to be left in peace.
Yeah.
Maybe another time I'll talk to them.
We will give them that respect. All right, guys.
Okay, guys, that's it for tonight's adventure. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you heard anything or seen anything in the background, put it in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next adventure. Good night, guys.
All righty there. Our Holly's lore. Hey, thanks, Vale. Ooh, Fleming. Hey, JB, I'm always gonna look out for family, bro. Always. Ooh, uh, uh. All righty. Ooh, once again, here's the link for Holly's lore. I'm gonna drop a link here for all things paranormal, Leslie. Yeah, I'm gonna drop one for the Venomous Fringe. Venomous Fringe has premiere tonight. Let's try to catch the Venomous Fringe. There's a very interesting channel. Really good people. After the Venomous Fringe episode, I'll start up another live. And let's see if we can't do some more growing. By God. Let's see if we can get back. I think what I'm gonna do next is after I do his venomous drop his Venomous Friends link. I played that for Dustin today. JBD. JBD's a good fella. All righty there, Vale. Well, we tickled pink you come by. Hope you get to feeling better. JBD's an awesome fella, y'all. There's a link for Venomous Friends right there in the text. And let's see about playing something of JBD's. He help his channel grow. All right. I know you got some newer stuff out, JB, and I try to look for stuff that's 5 to 10 minute watch, a few seconds to a minute or so. Is I have to watch real close to make sure I don't fool around and get another channel playing and get a strike. Here.
Dustin from JBD Killing.
Hey.
Hey, Dustin from JVD Cameraman 73 here. Going through some memories, things that pop up. I want to share this for people in the Klowns community and IBS community.
Hi, Lisa.
Diverticulitis community, all autoimmune communities. This happened January 6th of 2017 at 6:49 p.m. to yours truly, right here. Had Crohn's attack in elevator today. An embarrassing, loud, long, bubbly sound emanated from my room. Feeling small, confined area that was full of people with a very unpleasant, nauseating nose hair, burning scent. I got on at second floor. An elevator went straight to the 7th floor of the hospital before finally taking everyone to ground floor. When door opened, people flooded out, some cussing and some degrading me, some laughing. I don't know why they were rushing. I was the embarrassed. Anyways, that, my friends, is why I hate public places, going to any public store. That's why I prefer going to parks, being alone when I go on my adventures. I cannot honestly control my body functions. I hate Crohn's, and at times like that, I hate life. I hate my life. That's things that go through the head, through the brain, through the mind. I fart at least 60 times a day. Sometimes less, sometimes more. 60. Almost constantly. Can't help it. And poo up to 10 to 25 times a day, along with other health issues. Still think you could walk a mile in my shoes? You still want to stand there and judge me to my face? You still want to think that Crohn's is a funny disease? Yeah, there's some funny moments, passing gas or whatever, but when it comes right down to it, there's nothing funny about having Crohn's or diverticulitis or IBS, IBD, whatever anyone wants to call it. It's a horrible curse that we are born with. We can't help it. We can't control our body functions. We're no different than anybody else, except that we may be functioning a little bit more than what an average healthy person is. That day is still embedded into my brain, and I'm glad it pops up into my memories. Because it's a reminder that it's okay. A reminder not to give up. A reminder of just how cruel this world really is. But you know what? I still forgive my enemies. I still forgive those that mock me and anyone else with this horrible curse of an illness. And I still go out, even though I don't want to. I don't let it control my life. I am me. I am Dustin. I am Camelman 73. I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm a history video documenter. I'm an inspirational, motivational speaker. I keep going. It's okay to feel the things that I've mentioned because it's human life, it's human nature. But it's not okay to act out. Stay strong, my friends. When someone mocks you and belittles you, it makes you feel like you're just wee small. Just remember, you're stronger than the one that's judging, mocking, and belittling. Because you got the courage to wake up every day, to keep fighting through this. One foot in front of the other, out that door. Doing the things that you enjoy. Having fun. So with that said, anyone out there that is a bully, a mocker, belittler, think really hard before you do that to someone. Because bad health could very easily happen to you in any way, shape, or form. You never know. Life is unpredictable. And how would you feel if everything was reversed? Sure. You may say, well, I wouldn't care, or it wouldn't bother me at all with other people. Let me tell you, you say that now, it's a whole different ballgame. When something happens to you. So how about this? When you see someone that's sick or bouncing around and moving and jittery at a bathroom door waiting to be next in line, and all you got to do is go number one, but you can tell that this person, you can hear their stomach rumbling and everything. It's easier to hold it number one. We can't hold it number two. So how about having a little heart and saying, you know what? You can go ahead and go. I'm sorry that you're feeling sick or you're having an attack or whatever's going on. So no one goes through the embarrassment of, having Hershey highway all over themselves. So with that said, think about that. Think about a moment in someone else's life. Much love to you all. Peace to everybody. Thank you for watching. Oh, and while you're at it, on Facebook, there's an awesome group where a bunch of people like myself go and we love it. Klowns sucks. Why not laugh about it? Okay? Like I said, it can be funny. But it's not funny. Because pain is never funny. But some of the other effects is kind of funny. And there's a lot of memes, a lot of good people in that group. You learn so much if you're not one of us. And for some good laughs, go check them out. Klowns sucks. Why not laugh about it? So with that said, peace.
Ooh, some turkey and homemade mashed potatoes, roll, green bean casserole. That sounds good there, Fox. Yeah, I can tell, JB. Ooh. Alrighty, y'all. Yep. Sorry to hear about that, JB. That probably last thing you won't hear about somebody say sorry, because sorry don't quite cut that having a medical condition. Hello, Midnight. Alrighty, let's go one more. Let's see if we can find us another short video. Or tell you what. I'll find a good video. Really. Not that JB or anybody else's wasn't good. I'm looking up for something there different. I think I found it. By God. Pardon me while I share the video out real quick. Or hit the like button. Alrighty. I'm going to drop a link in this channel. Ooh, let's get this party started. Alrighty. Alrighty, here's the link here. That's for all things paranormal, Leslie. Please check out All Things Paranormal, Leslie's channel. She has an awesome channel.
The old SSA nunnery has been a place I've been wanting to explore now for about 7 or 8 years. It is an hour and a half away from our house. We decided to finally go explore. There were no trespassing signs surrounded by the entire area, so we didn't want to stay too long. The place is not only rumored to be haunted, but when you first walk in, there's a giant altar. The altar is rumored to where, to this day, Satanists still participate in rituals. We did get an eerie feeling by it. Right away, we started hearing noises, as if things were climbing on the ceiling above our heads. We started feeling as a feeling of being watched. We didn't know at the time that they were upstairs, nor did we realize that we could easily find the staircase. The place is huge, so easy to get lost. The structure of the building is incredible, very, very old, but very, very historic. It's buildings like these that we love to go in the most. not only are we able to explore with it being haunted, but we get to walk through a piece of history that may or may not be torn down later in the future. So being in places like this and right here, right now time kind of gives you the adrenaline rush of, oh my God, I've been there. But going back in time, looking at how the building was then to how it is now, it's pretty amazing feeling to be in there. Now we do a quick walkthrough. In some of these, you can easily see Sam and I turning our heads where we feel the feeling of being watched. I have a still picture coming up where you'll capture what looks like faces. On the bottom left and in the top right, they very quickly disappear. Walking down the hallway itself is not only creepy and an eerie feeling, we did capture an EVP, which we'll play later on during the video. We wish we would have gotten to walk the entire building, both the west wing, the east wing, and the courtyard. But again, we mentioned that it's highly secured. The last thing we wanted to do is get caught by the police. We did, however, slow down the video and play it at a slower speed. We were only there for about 6.5 minutes, and we had to stretch our video timing to 12, just so that way you guys could see exactly what we saw. But you will never know exactly what we felt unless you go. In the next clip, we play the EVP. It sounds of someone, a lady, is trying to breathe, almost like a wheezing. You are going to hear
go. That's all things paranormal Leslie. Hope y'all will check her channel out. All right. Well, that had a good creepy feel to it. I like that one. Hey. That was a wicked little video right there. My God. Ooh. All right. You still there, Big Cole? Yeah. I gotta check out my notifications here real quick. So what's everybody doing? Ooh. Ha ha, very funny there, JB. Hey. Getting ready. How much longer for the premiere there, Ron? I hate to start in on another video and it run into the premiere. Yeah. About 40 minutes. Hey, love you too there, JB. Well, alrighty. We're going to hold off on videos then. We set and shoot the shit for a little bit. My God. Hey, ho. Yep, you migraine feeling any better there, Ron? I'm glad I thought to ask you about your migraine because I was just about to start up playing some music. That would have been good at all. Sorry. Hey, I come real close to hitting that click button on playing out some heavy metal music there, Ron. And I was like, wait, your dang migraine. I don't know if you got over that yet or not. I'd hate to aggravate it. All righty. Well, let's do it to it. Like David Pruitt, by God. Oh, got 6 waiting on the Venomous Fringe premiere already. Let's see. Shit, I can't wait for that to start up. Alrighty, let's see. Ooh, doo doo doo. Alright. Yeah, there's. Hell yeah, Ron, it's kicking already. Yeah. Here's a little happy tune there for all the truck drivers everywhere that's out on the road, far away from home. Hope y'all be safe on the road there, and we appreciate the truck drivers. service people overseas, 911 responders, doctors, nurses. Hell yeah, Rod. I think shut it down here. We can head on over. All right there, Ryan, bro. Be safe. Hope your headache gets better. I'm dropping the link. Venomous Fringe has a premiere coming out tonight. I'll head on over to the Venomous Fringe and check out their channel, please. Hey, all about cryptids, ain't about no bull. By God. Hey, we appreciate and love y'all too, Ron. Tell Chris I said howdy. By God. Alrighty. Ooh, hope y'all appreciate the tunes. Let's see. We fixed to shut it down. I dropped the link in there for the Venomous Friends premiere. If you Clown family, you come to the streams, you hang out. You have a premiere or a live, we'll give you a shout out. Let's see about trying to help you with your channel growing. Try to help you live grow too. Just work with us. Let us know ahead of time when you plan on doing it. Man, we all family. We all work together. I think I'll wind this one out like I brought it in. Hoping y'all appreciate the content there I brought to you today. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Ring that bell. In future, we'll sit there and keep trying to bring out good content, help out other channels grow. That don't matter whether you're Paranormal Family, Cryptid Family, we all family, by God. I figure wind this one up. I figure trundle my ass on over to the Venomous Fringe. Hope to see y'all there. They got that premiere tonight. All right, it's Klowns Paranormal Adventures. I'm up here with Alan and Rosie from Alan and Rosie's Adventures. We're in an undisclosed location in Alabama, deep in the piney woods, in this old abandoned church. All right, everybody. This is Klowns Paranormal Cryptid Investigations. I want to say appreciate everybody that showed up tonight. I really do. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Hope everybody's safe. Once again, thanks to all the emergency responders, nurses, doctors, servicemen overseas, and certainly not the last or the least, the truck drivers out there that's on the road delivering medical supplies, food, clothes, stuff that we really can need. Headed to the Venomous Friends premiere now. Hope to see y'all there. Want to say thanks to All Things Paranormal Leslie, Beyond the Veil, Holly's Lore, the Venomous Friends, JBD, Through the Veil, Paranormal Adoptee, Allie G, Fox Adventures, Satan too, of course. Satan, you are a trip. Love having you on the channel. Big Cole, you stay safe out there wherever you are. It's Clown signing out. I'll be back after the Venomous Friends premiere. We'll see about partying, having fun, and talk about paranormal or whatever else that strikes your fancy. It's Cloud signing out. See you over at the Venomous Friends. By God.